Oh, so the body work is beginning. This is going to be fun. Still lots to do on the car, but the body work is going to be beginning. We're going to go outside and we're going to start scraping this thing. And this is a book of literally, you know, probably, I don't know, a lot of paint codes in here anyhow. And believe it or not, we come to a conclusion. It's on this page here, this one with the green thingy right here, of the color that this car is going to be. And I had my wife pick the color. I said, it's your choice. You pick the color. She says, okay. And she picked a color. And then I went through the book and I picked a color. And out of all of these colors, we picked the exact same color. And we had an option B too. Now, I will tell you real quick. What I will tell you is that that color is going to get a silver base underneath it that we chose. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. And then we'll spray that color over it. And then I'll tell you we're going to have some clear with some good heavy metal gold flake in it.
I love gold!
Yeah, we're going disco style. But what's the color going to be? You're going to have to wait and see. Wasn't my first choice at first because I had something in my mind. And then I saw the book and I was like, nope, that's the one. We're going to do that one. So let's get outside and scrape this car. Yeah, we're going to scrape the Corvette. The paint needs to be scraped off this car. There's no sanding and just a scuff and shoot on this thing. This needs some work. So we're going to be doing some, not bad. Okay, so we're about to tackle this here 79 Corvette, and we're going to get this paint off, and we're going to do it with this. That's right, it's paint scraper. A lot of people don't know this, but depending on how well taken care of your paint was on your old Corvette, sometimes the paint scraper will scrape that paint off, and sometimes it don't. Sometimes it'll do half the car, sometimes it'll do a quarter of the car. It depends on what sides was in the sun. Let's get started doing that right now. What I like to do is break an edge, and real quick. That way it gives me a place to stop where it comes off, and then come back. Now you want to roll with the body lines. Don't rush it and gouge. Roll with your lines because if it starts not cutting in, you're gonna have to change angles. Okay, so I don't know, about an hour and a half in, and that's what we got done so far. The bottom's a lot harder to come off than the top, for sure. That's probably because it hasn't been in the sun as much. But we got a lot of this done. This side stripped off really nice and smooth. This side's nice. This side's gonna turn out really good for sure. The other side, however, is not as nice. It's fibrous. It's gonna need some glaze and a lot of sanding. but it's getting there. I mean, it's coming off, but I figured I'd tackle the hard side first.
2 hours later.
So I decided to start a little sanding on it just to see with some 320 to see if this surface would smooth out. And you know what? It's smoothing out actually really nice. So it's not going to be as hard to work with as I thought. So it just needs some TLC. I think I can get this thing, pardon the pun, smooth as glass. But up here where I was really worried about, underneath here where those imperfections really looked like it was really bad, this is sanding out faster than anything here. So this is all going to be really easy to work with. Of course, the other side's going to be much easier because it's just hasn't had any of that work done. I mean, this is we do a quick pass on this and it's pretty smooth. This is with 320, but I just wanted to see what I was getting myself into in case I had to use paint remover to strip anything else off, and which it doesn't look like I'm going to have to. Up here's the worst part where we get right down into the glass. So I don't know if I'm going to feather, fill. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And if you can't get some of this stuff, make sure you come back later on with a fresh blade, and a lot of times it'll come right off. All right, we're at day 2, and as you can see, we've got a lot of scraping done, and now I can really see the damage that was really done to this car. This side's nice. This side's going to be really smooth. The hood stripped nice. I pulled the back spoiler off, and of course we have holes here we're going to have to work with if we decide to put a spoiler back on it or not. I don't know. But here's the side of the car that was burnt. And honestly, I was just trying to get a guide to see what was going on in there. This is going to smooth out nice too. But what we have is a problem up here on the front. This is all kind of collapsed. I could fill this with glass, but it really wouldn't be the right way to go. It's a little bit weak in this area. It feels like it could break easily. This isn't urethane, this is fiberglass. So, I think we're going to replace this front bumper. Yeah, I could strip it like I was doing over there and fill it. I don't know yet, but this is kind of odd. This is a metal door. I don't know what is going on here. I got to pick this off and see what they did. It's almost like they filled this in and didn't have to. It's very weird. So we'll scrape that, we'll sand it down and see exactly what it is, because this should be metal like that one. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I'm up in the bushes now, but we got a lot scraped today. So tomorrow we're going to come out, we'll finish scraping the rest off, and we're going to start some body work on this thing and start seeing where we have to fill in some holes and get it nice and smooth. So we're getting there. Okay, there we go. We got a lot of this car sanded. I went over this entire car. Yeah, that's a mouse sander that you see right there, and there's a reason that I did that. I put a round pad, a round disc on that mouse sander so it doesn't gouge my edges. And I just went around this car with 80 grit, and what it did is it took out a lot of the orange peel that was in this primer. Yeah, they never sanded out the orange peel out of the primer, which was giving the paint on the outside that really horrible look when I thought that it was much, much worse, or was going to be much worse when I got in there, and it wasn't. So the side's going to be nice too. We're going to hit this with some 320 later on, go around the whole car. It's almost ready for primer, and then it's going to Damon's Collision for a nice, beautiful sealer and paint job. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. You hit that notification bell to stay up to date on this. A little more sanding to do, a little more black removal to do, but we're almost there. We're going to make this thing a streamlined little butterfly, and still a lot of work to do on the car in general, but it's really taking shape. And like I said, the bones are really good, and who doesn't like a good C3 Corvette, right? All right, guys, thanks for watching Revved Up with Mike. It was good to have you here, and I'll be talking to you soon. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. Looking forward to hearing from you. Bye.